Howdy folks, welcome back to Duke Fraser Productions. In today's video, we're going to be comparing the Colt Cartridge Works from Air's-Gone bullet molds to a round ball charge, and we're going to put them through the chronograph. Stay tuned.
Spinning it. That black powder smoke don't taste so good.
Alright folks, so as we said today, we're going to be comparing the Colt Cartridge Works bullet from Air's-Gone bullet molds against a round ball charge through the chronograph to determine velocity, energy, so on and so forth. Now the distance that we have our chronograph set up is about 15 feet, and the reason why I'm so close is because, one, I don't trust the high shooting Colts and my new chronograph that I just invested in, and I don't want to put a bullet through it right off the bat. And I try to get it out just far enough where the wads don't cause a problem. And 15 feet isn't quite far enough. I probably should have took it out to about 20 feet. Because on another video where we did a test, the wads from a 44 caliber was actually giving me an erroneous reading because that wad was going right over the chronograph. And it just hit the first lens, not the second, and it would mess up the reading. So without further ado, we'll head over to the range here and we'll see how these perform.
Alright folks, so we got the 1851 Navy here loaded up, and this time we got it loaded with 20 grains of 3FG GoX, a 380 round ball, and my home made lubricated felt wads. And we're going to see what this does for velocity through the chronograph here. .576, 518, 648, 506, 581. All of them registered on there, which has been unusual. I've done a couple other chronograph tests today here, and it seems like there's always one error in with a round of shooting, but this one read all five back fine. So the next thing we're going to load up is a Johnson & Dow's, or excuse me, the Colt Cartridge Works. We're going to load up the Colt Cartridge Works bullet from Air's-Gone bullet molds, and we'll see how it compares to the round balls. Alrighty, so we're loaded up in the 1851 Navy with the Colt Cartridge Works 36 from Air's-Gone bullet molds, and we're going to put this through the chronograph and see how it performs. 480, 493, 378, 495, 540. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that did fairly similar to what the round ball did, which I'm kind of surprised with, because when we tested the Johnson & Dow's in 1860, Johnson & Dow's were noticeably slower than the round ball load. But this one is pretty close to the same. But we're gonna call that good here. We'll go back to the hacienda, crunch the numbers, and see what we can find out.
Alright, so there was not a whole lot of difference between the two bullets. In fact, these were closer than the Johnson & Dow's were in the 44 model. So with the 380 round ball, we did get all five readings. We did not have an error on any of these in this test. So the first bullet went out at 576, second one 518, third one 648, fourth one 506, fifth one 581. So that gives us an average of 566 feet per second, standard deviation of 56.9. The minimum was 506, maximum 648. That one was really screaming. And the spread on that was 142 feet per second. So I don't know what happened. I had that one load that was going really hot. Otherwise, they would have been quite a bit closer. But the energy that we calculated out, and this was based off of the average feet per second, came out to 59 foot-pounds. So the average is 59 foot-pounds of energy. And of course, that's going to differentiate the ones that are going faster, probably have just a little bit more to them. Now, compared to the Colt Cartridge Works, we did lose a little bit of velocity, which was to be expected because we're dealing with a heavier bullet and a lighter powder charge. So the first one was going at 480 feet per second. Then we had 493, 378. That one I might have not got all the powder in the chamber on. Then we had 495 and 540. So that gave us an average of 477 feet per second, standard deviation of 59.9. So the standard deviation wasn't much different between the two. The minimum was 378 feet per second, maximum 540, with a spread of 162 feet per second. So our spread got just a little bit wider with the Colt Cartridge Works bullet. And the energy on this one was going at, based off of the average velocity, the average energy was 64 foot-pounds, which is greater than the round ball. Now, if you remember on the Johnson & Dow test, and I do believe I have that one coming out first, but on the Johnson & Dow test, the Johnson & Dow had less energy than the round ball did. With the 36 caliber here, it's the exact opposite. The conical has more energy, which was what I was expecting to see at both of these tests. But so far, this is the one that has a higher energy. So the difference between these two in the average is a difference of 88.6 feet per second. A difference, as we said, on the spread of 20 feet per second. And the energy is a difference of 5 foot-pounds. So the Colt Cartridge Works didn't beat the round ball by much, but it did beat it. Which, like I said, that's what I was expecting to see in all the tests, was that the conical would outperform the round ball with regards to energy, just because it's such a heavier projectile. All right, folks, so we will continue on testing some of these conicals. The next one that will be try to be coming up will be the Dragoon bullet mold that also comes from Arizgon Bullet Molds. We'll test that one in the Whitneyville. And also, we are going to put the Richmond 36 to the test. Now, I had planned on putting it in this video. However, when I got up to the range, I realized that the bullets were sitting on the shelf back here behind this green screen, and they weren't in the box, and I was at the range, and I wasn't about to drive home and go just to get them to do a test. So we'll do those in another video, and we'll compare them to the data from this test and do another video on it, and we'll see how it performs. So if you liked what you've seen on the channel thus far, be sure to hit that subscribe button down there below. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram. Links to all those are down there in the description box. And remember, stay tuned and keep your powder dry.